Perhaps the funds industry is the one that Malta is most famous for beyond its shores. In 2004, Malta had only 4 hedge funds. Today it has over 700 with over 8 billion euros of assets under management. Even throughout the crisis, Malta still witnessed a growth in the funds industry. And even though, by and large, the fame of Malta is in the professional investor and hedge fund space, over these last couple of years, we've also witnessed a growth in the number of UCITS setting up in Malta. I think that the main contributor to this growth has been our firm but flexible regulator, who is also stringent, but at the same time very sensitive to market needs. Over the years, Malta has managed to attract those fund promoters that are looking to set up their funds with low capitalization of about $10 to $15 million. And at the same time, these promoters are looking for a cost-efficient solution to setting up their fund, whilst at the same time setting up that fund in a reputable jurisdiction and one which has never shied away from regulating hedge funds properly. And definitely Malta fits the bill.
Valeta Fund Services is a fully owned subsidiary of Banco Valeta plc here in Malta. And it was set up in 2006, in fact, shortly after Malta became a full member of the EU, intrinsically to leverage on the opportunities that would be created in the fund management industry. As the name implies, the company is involved in providing services, administration services to investment funds, both UCITS as well as hedge funds. And over these past 5 to 6 years, we've seen unprecedented growth in our business by way of the attractiveness of Malta as a financial center, and particularly as an attractive fund domicile. Clearly, I think the trust given by Finance Malta as a promotional body for financial services has aided in Malta getting a share of its visibility outside our shores. And it, I think, has facilitated life for businesses such as ours, in promoting Malta as a financial center and in attracting the interest of fund managers to set up their hedge funds and their UCITS here in Malta. And as a result of that, we've seen this flow of growth coming to our islands. In fact, if you look at the statistics over these past 5 years, the industry has grown from very humble beginnings. Suffice to mention that in 1995, when Malta introduced the first SICAV, we had just one SICAV here in Malta consisting of 2 sub-funds. Today there are over 570 investment funds based in Malta, predominantly by fund managers which are based outside of Malta, managing these funds based in Malta. And of course, the benefit for companies such as us is that we are providing services to these funds. The fund accounting, preparation of financial statements, and transfer agency work in the main. Now, there are a number of critical success factors. I think, in my view, the fact that the MFSA, which is the sole regulatory body in Malta for financial services, has over these last 10 to 15 years introduced a regulatory and legal framework which is at par with what one finds in Europe. I think that has been definitely beneficial for the industry and particularly for fund managers, because the framework is very flexible and allows the setting up of various fund structures. Secondly is the accessibility of the regulator. Clearly the fact that we have a meticulous regulator, but very open-minded, very business-minded, and accessible to the industry. That is a very big plus. We don't have any delays whatsoever in getting meetings with the regulator. I think it's unheard of in Europe that within a couple of weeks you manage to get a meeting with your financial services regulator. And I think that's a very big plus for operators considering to set up in Malta. Then I think it's the operational infrastructure itself. If you look at Malta, we have a very strong IT backbone, which is very, very important for financial services. More than that, we have all the top 4 audit firms present in Malta and top-notch legal firms. And that, I think, strengthens Malta's value proposition. Lastly, I think we're very much competitive on the cost side. Both in setting up investment funds in Malta, but as well as on the ongoing servicing costs that the industry requires. I think that sums up the core, critical success factors.
Business was first established in the UK in 2006, and we're a hedge fund manager that focuses on the markets in Europe. We looked at establishing a location in addition to the UK, mainly as a business diversification exercise. And we had a pretty simple checklist, frankly, that we went through when we looked at other locations. And that checklist was locations in Europe, because that's the markets that we focus upon. We wanted a location that we could actually put our staff into and that they would want to live and work there. A real regulatory process was important to us. A regulator that really, really vets and regulates investment management businesses, because we felt that that was going to be important to our clients. And then we wanted access to a university system to be able to have a pool of people to hire from. And we went through that list, and frankly, Malta checked all of those boxes. So we set up in March of 2008, and the experience has been that Malta has ticked all of those boxes. And the other thing I would say is we've discovered a few nice surprises along the way as well. And what I mean by that is the professional services here are very good. The lawyers, the bankers, the accountants are quite good and really motivated to help your business succeed. The other thing is, since our business operates from now 2 locations, both the UK and Malta, the ability to travel back and forth is critical. And although it oftentimes may be overlooked, the ability to just get through the airport efficiently, easily, and get to other places in Europe is a real benefit.